Phyllis's connection to Cain is top of mind for the Genoa City bigwigs circling the wagons to battle Ashby and his magical AI software. They're either looking for ways to protect her from herself or to neutralize her valuable hacking skills. But a big twist is in the air on Young and Restless that not a single one of them will see coming. Not even her own kids would predict this. In the beginning, all may have been exactly what it appeared to be. Phyllis saw an opportunity with Aristotle Dumas, where none existed for her in all of Genoa City. A chance to be a part of something big and to prove herself in the wake of Billy letting her go from Abbott Communication. But after Cain was exposed as Dumas in France, or more importantly, after Ashby revealed his diabolical grand plan to Phyllis, something subtly shifted. One could see, in Red's expression, that she was more shocked and appalled by Cain's evil agenda than she was lured by it. Moving forward, Phyllis has appeared to be wholeheartedly Team Cain, but if you've been watching very, very closely, you'll have seen glimpses of hints that tell a completely different story. Phyllis has been exceedingly careful to appear raw Cain in all of her dealings, not only with him, but also with other people. But something in particular caught our notice. At every opportunity, the redhead has probed Ashby to give her more information, more specific information about his plan and what exactly he wants her to do. Cain has strung her along without revealing anything, but unsurprisingly, she managed to cobble the pieces together. As she's maintained the picture of loyalty to her villainous boss, she's been lurking and listening and speaking to others who are also working to figure out his plan. What are we getting at? We first speculated on Phyllis's true agenda back in July, and now we're doubling down. Phyllis plans to prove herself to all of the town bigwigs by saving them all from Cain. Why do we say no one will see it coming? Everyone assumes she's up to her usual ill-advised tricks by teaming with Ashby, including Michael and Nick, who are sure she's up to her eyeballs in trouble and will end up in prison. Heck, even her own kids, who love her dearly, wouldn't have called her becoming an uncaped crusader for Genoa City. But Phyllis's most recent conversation only confirmed what we already suspected. In the park with Nick, Phyllis ended their conversation upset at his lack of belief in her and pleading with him, staring into the depths of his soul with her eyes, to just trust her already. The Young and the Restless spoilers update for Tuesday, September 16th, reveals that Adam Newman's revenge will hit a snag while Kyle Abbott swallows his pride in hopes of proving himself to Claire Newman. Despite Kyle's desire to hit reset on his romance and just forge ahead with a new beginning, Claire can't grant that request. Kyle will have to put in the work if he truly hopes to fix all the damage he's caused. However, Claire may offer a good first step forward. Since Claire was upset over Kyle warning Holden Novak away from her, she may make Kyle promise he'll stop policing her friendships. Claire may also want Kyle to apologize to Holden and work on being less possessive in general. Kyle's going to swallow his pride and try to be a better person on Tuesday's Y&R episode, but more issues are ahead in his relationship. Meanwhile, Adam and Chelsea Lawson will deal with some issues of their own. That's because Adam's about to make a pitch that Chelsea isn't completely sold on. During Adam's last strategy session with Victor Newman, he proposed using Abbott Communications as their AI software guinea pig. Once the Newmans acquire what Cain Ashby's team developed, Adam wants Billy Abbott's company to be the test subject. Adam will give Chelsea updates on what she's missed and stress the importance of going up against Billy, who could be a serious threat through his Cain alliance. Part of Chelsea will understand where Adam's coming from, but another part of her may think completely destroying Abbott Communications feels extreme. There are also moral and legal aspects to consider when using this AI program, so Chelsea will have questions and concerns. Chelsea may also feel like Adam's vengeful desires are driving this plot more than anything else, and grow worried about that too. Adam's scheme will hit a snag as he works to sell Chelsea on his plans, but she should surrender eventually. Sally Spectra, on the other hand, will refuse to support Billy's own AI software goals. Although Billy claims he won't have to actually use that software and that the threat will be enough, Sally may have a tough time buying that it'll really spook Victor. Victor isn't afraid of anything, so there's pretty much no way he'll give up Chancellor or fund Abbott Communications like Billy anticipates. Sally may expect that Billy will be forced to use the software in the end and open himself up to a prison sentence. That could indeed be the case, since Cain has a hidden agenda and plans to control the AI program himself without Billy's knowledge. While Sally sounds the alarm to Diane Jenkins Abbott and Jack Abbott about the trouble Billy's headed for, Michael Baldwin may face more of Phyllis Summers's pressure. Since Phyllis can tell that Michael is keeping secrets, how will he handle all her suspicions? Can Michael throw Phyllis off the trail when it comes to his private Victor arrangement? The Young and the Restless spoilers say Michael will do whatever he can to keep any Victor-related news under wraps, so stay tuned. The Young and the Restless spoilers hint that there are 3 ways Kyle Abbott could totally spin out, so here's how his life could become a train wreck in the coming months. Kyle seems to be headed for more catastrophe, so let's talk about what's in store. 1. Kyle pushes Claire one time too many and regrets it. For starters, Kyle and Claire Newman's relationship is hanging by a thread at this point. It feels like it could snap at any moment if Kyle pushes Claire one time too many, so there's a good chance that's exactly what he'll do. Kyle keeps saying he's going to give Claire the time and space she needs, but he hasn't really so far. Instead of backing off, Kyle has been making even more blunders, like trying to control who Claire hangs out with by warning Holden Novak away from her. Claire is getting more fed up with Kyle's behavior every day. The Audra Charles mess, the way too early proposal, the secret Victor Newman deal, and now the Holden drama could ultimately pave the way for Kyle and Claire's breakup. If that happens, you can bet Kyle's going to spin out in a big way and wonder what he's going to do with his life. Kyle has made Claire his whole world, so the thought of living without her will feel impossible. 2. Kyle's forced to watch Claire move on with Holden. Of course, Kyle's pain may be made worse by Claire and Holden's growing bond. Despite Kyle's attempt to shut Holden and Claire's connection down, it's only going to get stronger from here. If Claire and Kyle have a romantic split brewing, she could end up in a full-blown relationship with Holden eventually. Kyle may struggle to handle that, which could add to the spin-out that seems inevitable. 3. Kyle fumes over serious threat to Jabot. Kyle may throw himself into work as a distraction from his Claire heartache and jealousy over her link to Holden. The timing may be perfect, since Jack Abbott will need all hands on deck to fight a growing threat. Victor is currently plotting against Jabot, but Y&R spoilers hint that Jack could form an alliance with him, at least for a while. Cain could become the bigger threat to contend with in the months ahead. Regardless, Kyle may let himself go to some sinister places once he doesn't have to be good for Claire anymore. That could add to Kyle's spin-out and potentially help Jack protect family legacy. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the next 3 weeks, September 15th to October 3rd, reveal that there will be some danger for Noah Newman as Sharon Newman and Nick Newman get thrown into chaos. Cain Ashby will also have a request for Billy Abbott, so let's talk about some major story developments. The week of September 15th and 19th will bring Victor Newman's juggling act as he works on going after multiple enemies. Of course, Victor is hoping to score Cain's AI software and use it against Billy at Abbott Communications first. Then, Victor plans to go after Jack Abbott and wreak havoc at Jabot. However, Victor also knows that Cain seems to be moving forward with his plans now that he's hired Michael Baldwin as his fixer. Victor will count on Michael to report back and help him stay ahead of Cain's game. But Phyllis Summers and all her suspicions could be a problem. As for Jack, he'll see the potential for total disaster in Genoa City, so he'll warn Nikki Newman about the looming mess. Jack will also reach out to Victoria Newman for help, but there may not be anything she can to stop Victor or even Billy, considering how they like to dig their heels in. As for Cain and Billy, they'll deceive each other when it comes to the deal they're presumably about to strike. Billy doesn't plan on actually using the AI software to destroy Newman Enterprises, and would prefer to just scare Victor into doing things his way. Cain will secretly remain in control of the software and could use it to shake up Newman Enterprises anyway if it gets planted in their system. On a more personal note, Cain will have a favor to ask of Billy, since Cain knows how torn up Jill Abbott is about her fractured relationship with her son. He'll push Billy to fix their broken bond. Cain may also pull Lily just a bit closer once he turns on the charm in the coming episodes. Over with Mariah Copeland, She'll convince Daniel Romalotti Jr. to speak with her behind Tessa Porter's back. That should bring a tense conversation about how Daniel feels about Tessa and some complaints about how Mariah's been treating her. Across town, Lauren Fenmore Baldwin will have a wedding-related meeting with Christine Blair, who may try on the 3 bridal gown selections that Lauren vowed to give her. Alas, throwing together a marriage ceremony in such a short amount of time will prove challenging for Christine and Danny Romalotti. At some point between now and the week of September 22 to 26, Danny and Christine should decide to delay their wedding until November. Since we know Phyllis will stir up some trouble when it comes to Christine and Danny's big day, this will give her more time to figure out how to do that. Phyllis will also keep a close eye on Michael, so he'll have to be careful when it comes to his secret arrangement of reporting back to Victor. Meanwhile, Claire Newman's growing bond with Holden Novak will continue to be an issue in her relationship with Kyle Abbott. Holden has more than friendly feelings for Claire, so additional problems could be brewing due to their strong connection. After Holden extends a special invitation and pulls Claire closer, Kyle may have more reasons to worry, especially if he spies a kiss or at least a warm embrace. Victoria will have growing concerns of her own when it comes to Holden's interest in Claire and how he might lead her daughter astray. The week of September 29th to October 3rd could kick off Sharon and Nick's looming adventure storyline. Noah is set to meet with a project developer about opening a new club branch in Los Angeles, so Nick and Sharon have decided to visit their son there this October. Unfortunately, things won't go according to plan. There'll be a big mystery that leaves Sharon and Nick fearful about the risky situation Noah is caught up in. This Y&R storyline will ultimately include Sienna Bacall, Roger Howarth's character, and Detective Burrow, so fans will have a lot to look forward to. The Young and the Restless spoilers say the next 3 weeks will bring some scary moments, so stay tuned for updates on all the dangerous news to come. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Cain Ashby will pull off a Prince Charming moment, so Lily Winters will be flustered by her ex-hubby's bold move. Y&R fans know Cain has been trying to win Lily over from the moment he came back on screen as a recast. Cain considers Lily to be his one true love and desperately wants to restart their romance. Of course, Cain has been facing plenty of challenges since he lived a double life for 6 years and never told Lily or the twins. Between that and all the other issues they had in the past, it's easy to see why Lily's wary of giving Cain her heart again. Nevertheless, Lily was touched over Cain's sincere video message and has seen glimpses of the guy she used to love. It's not enough yet, but at least Cain seems to be making some progress. During the week of September 15th and 19th, Cain will task Amanda Sinclair with developing a friendship with Lily. Since Cain will want some insight into how Lily's feeling, he'll think Amanda could help out with that. Cain will just want to get inside Lily's head a bit more and see if he truly has a chance at redemption. Amanda will have a discussion with Lily after receiving her new assignment, so that'll give her an opportunity to quiz Cain's former flame and report back with news. Whatever updates Amanda passes along could give Cain some encouragement. Later, Cain will pull off a Prince Charming moment with Lily and work to put her back under his flirty spell. We could imagine Cain taking a walk down memory lane with Lily and perhaps offering up a favorite flower or a familiar gift as they reminisce. Anything that'll remind Lily of the love they used to share will be a good thing in Cain's book. Regardless, Lily will get flustered when Cain takes a charming approach to get her attention. It sounds like it'll work for the most part, even if Lily doesn't want to admit it. If Cain keeps this up, he could wear Lily down and maybe even score himself a date at some point. Unfortunately, Cain may be his own worst enemy since he's still plotting shady moves and doing things behind Lily's back that she wouldn't approve of. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Cain and Lily's relationship will become increasingly complicated, so stay tuned. Michael has been keeping Lauren in the dark about everything, including his truce with Phyllis. Things are about to change for Michael and Lauren. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of September 15th and 19th reveal that Michael and Phyllis call a truce behind Lauren's back. She has no idea what's going on with her husband because he's kept her in the dark, which spells trouble for their marriage. The drama involving Cain could shake up their marriage. Cain offered Michael a job as his fixer. At first, Michael wanted to discuss this opportunity with Lauren, who encouraged him to break ties with Victor. but he hasn't kept her up to date on anything that has happened. During Friday's episode, Michael told Cain that he wants to protect his wife. He doesn't want to end up in a compromising position, which is why she asked him to quit working for Victor. Lauren will be angry to learn about Michael's new position. Even more so, she'll be livid when she finds out that her husband is still Victor's lapdog. Victor is using him to get intel on Cain, and he encouraged Michael to accept Cain's offer. Cain already gave Michael his first assignment, which is to make amends with Phyllis. He wants them to get along. The two agreed to meet at the park, where they could discuss things. Phyllis will wonder why Michael suddenly wants to work on their friendship. She's smart enough to figure out that he's working with Cain. She could just go to the source, which hasn't stopped her before. If Cain tells Phyllis he's working with Michael, she could share this information with Lauren. Their 20th wedding anniversary is set to happen in December 2025. It would be devastating to see their marriage crumble because of Victor and Cain. Teasers say Kyle takes the high road. Maybe he's trying to dig himself out of the doghouse. Spoiler photos for the Tuesday, September 16th, episode of The Young and the Restless include images featuring Kyle, Claire, and Kyle's not-so-favorite person, Holden. It's too bad for him that Holden happens to be Claire's go-to guy for Vespers and friendly conversation. Kyle and Claire are, once again, back at Crimson Lights. They're chatting and having coffee, and hopefully things will go better between them than they did the last time they were at Sharon's coffee shop. From the looks of these images, that's exactly what's happening. They're smiling. Only one of the pics looks a little intense, which is a win-win for Kyle. He is in the doghouse with Claire. He needs to figure out a way to get himself out of it. One way he could do that is to make nice with Holden. According to the Monday YNR teasers, Kyle is forced to take the high road. So that must mean Kyle makes a big mea culpa to Holden for being so rude to him the last time he saw him. He may want to throw in an apology for going all Neanderthal to protect Claire. He was jealous, and since Kyle associates Holden with Audra, he thinks that Holden can't be trusted. Will Kyle taking the high road score points with Claire? Or will she think his efforts were not genuine? The Young and the Restless spoilers document that Victor Newman is the reigning champ. He always has a puncher's chance of knocking out any opponent in the ring, where he's the king, Genoa City, Wisconsin. But Cain Ashby believes otherwise. He feels the powerful technology tool Arabesque developed, a claimed artificial intelligence system, can take down any company in the world. Viewers wonder how it could be that Colin Atkinson's efforts to secure the fortune of a woman he romanced in the south of France, which is where the strange maze exists, also produced this futuristic weapon. Billy Abbott wants to take Victor down. He thinks he'll be able to play Cain to do it, without suffering any losses or devastating after effects, assuming he succeeds. Thompson's character simply doesn't possess the acumen to achieve this weighty goal. He lacks the resources to ensure all corners are secured before proceeding, and has no access to massive capital amounts that would create vital backup plans and procedures if all doesn't go well initially. No one can imagine Billy ending Victor's long run as GC's king and kingmaker. Viewers also can't see him wresting control of Chancellor from the so-called great man. Cain is trying to have GC's players fight each other while being off their collective games. Pitting Newman Enterprises against Jabot is an easy play, and it's also one that likely happens. However, Victor and Jack Abbott's mutual loathing of each other and coming battle won't necessarily mean they can't also fend off Cain's encroachment or attempts to seize their companies. There appears to be an out for Flynn's character. He's previously pledged that he'll drop his game if Lily Winters reconciles with him. If she even moves a few inches in that genuine direction, and Cain is encouraged, the former Aristotle Dumas could slither out of the Wisconsin maze he's creating without suffering many cuts. Victor has Adam Newman at the ready. He alone is a weapon that can prevent any AI weapon from remaining in Cain's control. But even if Adam and Chelsea Lawson aren't capable of fully aiding Victor's attack, the mustache is cagey and always manages to find useful people to do his amoral bidding. YNR without Victor as the deposed head of Newman Enterprises, Jack, the ousted leader of his family's cosmetics company, Billy soundly defeating Victor and taking over for Nikki Newman as the head of Chancellor, with Sally Spectra supplanting Thompson's character as the new leader of Abbott Communications? Most improbably, Cain takes every legacy company, possibly including Winters Incorporated, in a series of instant digital victories. And all the characters at those companies work under him? Preposterous, even in daytime. This site is a leading source for everything linked to The Young and the Restless. Check back regularly for Y&R spoilers and news. The Young and the Restless spoilers are in for the week of September 15th, 2025. Fans can expect Mariah Copeland to have a secret meeting with Daniel Romalotti Jr. Cain Ashby charms Lily Winters. Plus, Lauren Fenmore Baldwin tries to impress Christine Blair. Keep reading, and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Let's start off with Lauren, who has been tasked with helping Christine find the perfect wedding dress. Instead of just one dress, Lauren plans on showing Christine 3 of them. So, she will pull out all the stops to make sure the dress is the one for Christine. As for Mariah, she calls Daniel and asks him to meet her, but in secret. The redhead doesn't want Tessa Porter to know anything about this. Daniel is confused, but does agree to meet the redhead. Will Mariah ask Danielle to back off of Tessa until she can reclaim her wife? Mariah might insist she has to get through therapy first. Of course, Mariah could also ask him just to look out for Tessa. However, what happens when Mariah returns and Tessa has already moved on romantically with Daniel? The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of September 15th reveal that Cain will ask Amanda Sinclair to get closer to Lily. The tycoon wants to know if he still has any chance with Lily. Later, Cain manages to charm his ex-wife. Back to Amanda, she will have conflict with Devon Winters. Now that Cain is moving back to Genoa City, Amanda will be in town more as well. However, the meetup doesn't go very smoothly. Fans will also see Devon push Lily to get a new start. How does she do that with Cain in town and continuing to pine after her, though? Phyllis Summers agrees to a truce with Michael Baldwin. Adam Newman manages to put Chelsea Lawson in another difficult position. Meanwhile, Sally Spectra refuses to give in to Billy Abbott. By Friday, expect Billy to suffer a big setback. Also, Jack Abbott asks for help from Victoria Newman. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of September 15th, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates tease that Victor Newman and Jack Abbott are forming an unexpected alliance. Although they are rivals, they appear ready to collaborate with a shared objective. Here's a look at how the partnership between Jack and Victor might actually take shape. Currently, Victor and Jack can hardly tolerate being in the same space together. This is a feud that goes back many years. Even when Jack's father was alive, Victor didn't like him either. An encounter at Society alone is sufficient to spoil the day for both Jack and Victor, which highlights the intensity of their rivalry that shows no signs of fading. However, they share one significant commonality: a strong desire to protect their families. This priority overshadows everything else for both Jack and Victor, paving the way for a potential truce in the upcoming episodes. This fall, Victor and Jack will consider forming an alliance. There will be some conversations about how Jack and Victor could collaborate on a mission that might serve both of their interests. Victor is definitely not keen on Cain Ashby or anyone else encroaching on the family business he has established. We will witness Victor taking measures to protect the Newman legacy, which might involve collaborating with Jack. Given that Jack is also interested in safeguarding Jabot, he will be open to the prospect of a partnership with Victor. Naturally, this will be challenging since Jack and Victor have such a deep-seated animosity towards one another. They will face numerous trust issues, but perhaps they can rely on each other just enough to make this alliance a reality. As it appears that Jack and Victor are set to proceed with their collaboration, it will be fascinating to observe how everything unfolds. There's a chance for betrayal lurking ahead, yet it's equally possible that Victor and Jack will develop a deeper understanding of one another. If their collaborative efforts succeed, the truce between Jack and Victor might actually last for a while. Do you relish the rivalry between Victor and Jack, or are you looking forward to a bit of harmony between them? Could this newfound alliance lead to a resolution of the Newman-Abbott conflict, or will it blow up in all their faces? Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Y&R right now. Come back here often for the Young and the Restless spoilers, news, and updates. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates tease that Devon Winters might have had his cheating storyline exposed, which raises a question. Is there a potential affair with Amanda Sinclair on the horizon? This is certainly a possibility to ponder, given the recent hints about upcoming developments. Devon has not had much going on recently, aside from being a pillar of support for Nate Hastings and Lily Winters. While it's great that Lily and Nate can confide in Devon, many fans are eager to see him tackle some new storylines. Naturally, Devon will remain a steadfast presence for Lily as she navigates her complicated emotions regarding Cain Ashby. There will be worries about Cain drawing Lily back in and possibly causing her pain, so Devon will certainly keep a watchful eye on that scenario. Fortunately, this autumn, Devon will also explore another avenue of drama. According to an interview with TV Insider featuring Y&R head writer and executive producer Josh Griffith, Devon has some exciting developments on the horizon. The plot involving Mariah Copeland, Tessa Porter, and Daniel Romalotti Jr. is set to impact Devon in a significant way. There will be certain events tied to this storyline that will throw Devon into his own challenge and threat to his family. This suggests that Devon's narrative will diverge from the chaotic situation surrounding Mariah, Tessa, and Daniel. It's possible that Devon will feel unsettled by the rapid disintegration of Tessa and Mariah's previously stable marriage. Devon's perception of his seemingly strong marriage with Abby Winters might be shaken, revealing that it may not be as solid as it appears. Is there a possibility that Devon will face some temptation from Amanda that's looming? Could this be the danger that threatens Devon's family, considering that an affair could truly tear them apart? In the episode airing on September 15th, Lily will sense that Amanda still has feelings for Devon and might be longing for him deep down. Amanda was heartbroken when Devon betrayed her trust by being with Abby, but in the world of soap operas, what goes around often comes back around. Abby might find herself in the position of being cheated on next if Amanda finds it hard to resist Devon as well. The Young and the Restless spoilers imply that Roger Howarth is slated to debut in a mystery role this fall. Could he offer Phyllis Summers the romance she so desperately needs? Time to talk about it. The Young and the Restless spoilers remind fans that Phyllis suffers from the always the bridesmaid, never the bride syndrome when it comes to, as of late. After Diane Abbott stormed into town, she easily snatched Jack Abbott from Red, only for Phyllis to bounce into another love triangle between her, Christine Blair, and Danny Romalotti. Phyllis once again got burned in that situation, and while there was a hint that she had feelings for her ex, Billy Abbott, those were quickly washed away when he fired her from Abbott Communications and placed Sally Spectra in her place. Everyone deserves love, so can the writers write Phyllis a love story with a man who only has eyes for her? Some fans may know that Roger Howarth and Michelle Stafford were once paired up at General Hospital when he played Franco Baldwin and she played Nina Reeves. Could Y&R attempt to recreate some of that magic? At the end of the day, it really depends on who Howarth is playing. If he enters a baddie role and has a quick stint with the soap, any hopes that Howarth could have a romance with Phyllis would be squashed. However, if Howarth is the Tucker McCall recast, then this might be good news for Phyllis's love life. Even if he isn't the McCall recast, but rather a character with staying power, there might be light at the end of the tunnel for Red and her fans who want to see her with someone long-term. Do you think Phyllis Summers could have good chemistry with the character Roger Howarth is playing? What if he's playing Tucker? Comment below, watch your favorite CBS soap daily, and check out this site often for the best Young and the Restless spoilers, news, and updates. The Young and the Restless, spoilers for the week of September 15th to 19. Note some major moments and some big casting news. Find out who's coming and who's going in the land of Genoa City over the next 5 days, down below. The Young and the Restless, spoilers for the week of September 15th to 19, promise that Jill Abbott will be back in Genoa City. And not just video chat calls anymore, as Jess Walton reprises the role for a major fall storyline. The leading lady will return to town and take center stage as the ongoing feud between Billy Abbott and Cain Ashby rehashes. The history between Cain and Billy, and their power struggle for Jill's affections is major. It'll be nice to see Ms. Abbott back in GC and diving into the drama. Will she give Billy some leeway? Or will she be all about #Team Cain? Both Christine Blair and Danny Romalotti will be seen during the Friday, September 19th show. Cricket will share scenes with Lauren Fenmore as she dabbles in some wedding plans. Meanwhile, the rock star will have a chat with his son, Daniel Romalotti. Will Phyllis Summers enter the equation, or the conversations had by either of these four? Fans will have to tune in to find out. In other news, Amanda Sinclair will pop back into the little town during the Monday, September 15th episode as she, Michael Morgan, continues her run on the Y&R. Amanda will have a meeting with her boss, Cain, as he shares what his plans are moving forward. In addition to that, it sounds like Cain will also have a new assignment for Amanda. Will Amanda offer a voice of reason in Cain's chaotic world? Only time will tell. Are you pumped for the week of September 15-19? Comment below. Watch your favorite CBS soap daily and check out this site often for the best Young and the Restless spoilers, news, and updates. In the high-stakes world of Genoa City, secrets are currency. But the debt on Cain Ashby's account is about to come due, and the price may be higher than anyone imagines. For months, Cain has masterfully played the part of the charming, if imperfect, family man. Yet, beneath the polished veneer lies a man driven by a chilling ambition, and the carefully constructed walls around his life are beginning to show cracks. At the heart of this brewing storm is Amanda Sinclair, the one person who holds the key to Cain's dark past. Their shared history, a volatile mix of passion and betrayal, has long been a ticking time bomb. Now, whispers are turning into roars as the rumor mill churns with its most explosive secret yet, that Amanda has a child who could be Cain's. This single, unconfirmed revelation has the power to shatter lives. What is it about this child that has Cain so desperate? And is their existence merely a reminder of a past love? Or are they a pawn in a far more insidious game? While Amanda holds the key to his past, Lily Winters is the unwitting target of his present. Cain's attempts to seduce Lily are far more than a simple romantic pursuit. They are calculated moves in a larger scheme for power and control. He sees her as a piece on his chessboard, someone to be manipulated to protect his interests. But Lily is no fool. Having been entangled in his web before, her suspicion is growing. She senses the man she once trusted is hiding something monstrous, and the emotional toll of this realization threatens to fracture her world and the entire Winters family. The weight of these secrets has become unbearable for Amanda. Her silence, once a shield, is now a cage. Pushed to her breaking point and faced with direct threats on her life from Cain, she has made a decision that could seal her fate. She will expose him, no matter the cost. This is no longer about self-preservation, it's about justice. Amanda knows she cannot fight him alone. Cain is a master manipulator with a network of dangerous loyalists who will stop at nothing to protect him. To survive, she'll need irrefutable proof and powerful allies. The stage is set for a showdown that promises to be one of the most explosive in the Young and the Restless history. What ultimate crime is Cain hiding that would warrant murder to keep it buried? Will Amanda find the proof she needs before it's too late? As she prepares to confront the man who could destroy her, the question isn't if the truth will come out, but who will be left standing in the wreckage. One thing is certain: when Cain Ashby's house of cards finally collapses, the fallout will rock Genoa City to its core. 31 years ago, on September 14th, 1994, The Young and the Restless finally introduced us to the real Sharon Collins, future Emmy winner Sharon Case. And 3 decades later, it's easy to forget, some of you may even have forgotten, that she wasn't the first actress cast in the role. Monica Potter, who'd later go on to star in NBC's Parenthood, was Sharon #1. But as quickly as she was hired, "I was fired because I was terrible," she said on The Late Show with Craig Ferguson in 2010. She was replaced by Heidi Mark, best known as Playboy's Miss July 1995, and the former wife of Motley Crue's Vince Neil. She lasted 2 months. Then, at last, The Young and the Restless discovered Case, who'd been working her way towards soap stardom since the late 1980s. First, She'd been the second of 4 actresses in 3 years to play Monica Quartermain's long-lost daughter, Dawn Winthrop, on General Hospital. Then, she'd passed through as The World Turns as off-kilter Debbie Simon. But neither role really tapped her potential. Neither allowed her to make the world sit up and take notice. Well, that all changed with The Young and the Restless Sharon. Ironically, Case didn't necessarily expect to last much longer than her predecessors. "I mean, I hoped," she tells Soaps.com. "I thought the character of Nick Newman, being the son of Victor and Nikki, could go for all these years. But I didn't even know if that would happen. It's not necessarily how these things work. Heck, every time Schick hit a rough patch, and boy did they hit a lot of them, Case would worry about her job security, but actors think that they're getting cut every single day, no matter what happens. Like, somebody breaks a nail, and you think, 'That's it, I'm getting fired,'" she admits. "You're always just hoping for the best. My viewpoint was to just do my best at all times. Then no matter what happens, you don't have any regrets. You can't have any." At this point, Case has nothing but gratitude, not only for her job, but for the endless opportunities that it has afforded her to evolve her craft. "I've really grown as an actress from playing Sharon for so long, and playing so many different sides to her," she observes. "I couldn't say I always felt this way throughout the years, but I do now feel like I could play anything. I wouldn't have said that before. I thought, well, every actor has their sort of sphere, their genre that they can play in, and that's what they're capable of doing," she continues. "But I don't really think that of myself anymore. I think I could play anything because I've seen myself push and push my performance or stretch into places where I'm like, wow, I never imagined." So I mean, if I could do that, I started thinking, what can't I do? The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, September 12th find Cain telling Amanda about his newest plan. Maybe this one will actually work. Cain spent years building an empire, outsmarting everyone who came sniffing around regarding his true identity. But then he came up against Victor, and all Cain's brilliance dissolved like M&Ms in your mouth, not in your hand. Now Victor has the upper hand, to the point where Cain is willing to give up his years of planning to Billy. Or, at least that's what he said. Reality may be a bit more complicated, which is why he needs Amanda's wisdom. Hopefully, she'll keep him from doing something too stupid. Phyllis made it clear to Michael that she'd be willing to forgive him for not backing up her illegal schemes if he admitted he was wrong not to risk his own legal license for her nutty cause. Michael isn't quite willing to go that far, but he is willing to throw his lot in with Phyllis now that she's Cain's biggest fangirl, and Cain wants Michael to work for him. It's all sunshine and roses now. But what happens when Michael does the right thing, again, and Phyllis takes it personally? Ever since Cain came back to Genoa City, he's been spending as much time pining over Lily as he has reminding everyone that he's a big power player now. Lily has sung every verse of "We are never ever getting back together" she can think of, but Cain isn't buying a clue. Devon is kind of sick of the whole thing. He tells his sister she has to put her ex behind her for good. "Dude, are you new here? She's been trying." Find out what else happens in our weekly Y&R spoilers for September 15th and 19. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the next 3 weeks, September 15th to October 3rd, reveal that there will be some danger for Noah Newman as Sharon Newman and Nick Newman get thrown into chaos. Cain Ashby will also have a request for Billy Abbott, so let's talk about some major story developments. The week of September 15th and 19th will bring Victor Newman's juggling act as he works on going after multiple enemies. Of course, Victor is hoping to score Cain's AI software and use it against Billy at Abbott Communications first. Then, Victor plans to go after Jack Abbott and wreak havoc at Jabot. However, Victor also knows that Cain seems to be moving forward with his plans. Now that he's hired Michael Baldwin as his fixer, Victor will count on Michael to report back and help him stay ahead of Cain's game. But Phyllis Summers and all her suspicions could be a problem. As for Jack, he'll see the potential for total disaster in Genoa City, so he'll warn Nikki Newman about the looming mess. Jack will also reach out to Victoria Newman for help, but there may not be anything she can to stop Victor or even Billy, considering how they like to dig their heels in. As for Cain and Billy, They'll deceive each other when it comes to the deal they're presumably about to strike. Billy doesn't plan on actually using the AI software to destroy Newman Enterprises, and would prefer to just scare Victor into doing things his way. Cain will secretly remain in control of the software, and could use it to shake up Newman Enterprises anyway if it gets planted in their system. On a more personal note, Cain will have a favor to ask of Billy. Since Cain knows how torn up Jill Abbott is about her fractured relationship with her son, he'll push Billy to fix their broken bond. Cain may also pull Lily just a bit closer once he turns on the charm in the coming episodes. Over with Mariah Copeland, she'll convince Daniel Romalotti Jr. to speak with her behind Tessa Porter's back. That should bring a tense conversation about how Daniel feels about Tessa and some complaints about how Mariah's been treating her. Across town, Lauren Fenmore Baldwin will have a wedding-related meeting with Christine Blair, who may try on the 3 bridal gown selections that Lauren vowed to give her. Alas, throwing together a marriage ceremony in such a short amount of time will prove challenging for Christine and Danny Romalotti. At some point between now and the week of September 22nd to 26th, Danny and Christine should decide to delay their wedding until November. Since we know Phyllis will stir up some trouble when it comes to Christine and Danny's big day, this will give her more time to figure out how to do that. Phyllis will also keep a close eye on Michael, so he'll have to be careful when it comes to his secret arrangement of reporting back to Victor. Meanwhile, Claire Newman's growing bond with Holden Novak will continue to be an issue in her relationship with Kyle Abbott. Holden has more than friendly feelings for Claire, so additional problems could be brewing due to their strong connection. After Holden extends a special invitation and pulls Claire closer, Kyle may have more reasons to worry, especially if he spies a kiss, or at least a warm embrace. Victoria will have growing concerns of her own when it comes to Holden's interest in Claire and how he might lead her daughter astray. The week of September 29th, October 3rd could kick off Sharon and Nick's looming adventure storyline. Noah is set to meet with a project developer about opening a new club branch in Los Angeles, so Nick and Sharon have decided to visit their son there this October. Unfortunately, things won't go according to plan. There'll be a big mystery that leaves Sharon and Nick fearful about the risky situation Noah is caught up in. This Y&R storyline will ultimately include Sienna Bacall, Roger Howarth's character, and Detective Burrow, so fans will have a lot to look forward to.